major development last night. In the NBA, you may have seen ESPN's Baxter Holmes with a story that made waves this week about the strained relationship between LeBron James and the Buss family, which, of course, for the longest time owned the Lakers. The story delved into a variety of things: fallout from the Russell Westbrook trade, how Jeannie Buss felt that LeBron didn't take accountability, how Buss privately mused about not renewing his extension, about trading him to the Clippers, any number of different issues. LeBron addressed the report last night.
Quite frankly, I don't really care about articles. I really don't. I don't care about stories. I don't care about podcasts and all that type of It don't bother me. I'm 41 years old and I watch golf every day. I don't care about an article. I don't care how somebody feel about me. If you know me personally, and then you know what I'm about. These guys know what I'm about, and that's all that matters. I can care less how somebody feel about me. It's not like me and Jeannie be on the phone talking. You guys ain't never heard a report about that. Don't make something out of it that is not.
Is this where you want to be? Is this where you want to finish this?
I'm good. I'm good.
Trade deadline is 2 weeks away. Brian Windhorst, LeBron James, and I have one thing in common. We all watch golf every day. Outside, that's where the similarities perhaps come to an end. Windy is back with us. We have two seasons here on Get Up. We have football season and we have windy season. So let's dive into this. It's been an interesting story to follow all week. What did we make of LeBron's reaction and the big picture of it all last night?
Everybody's good, Greeny. Seriously. I mean, 8 years ago, the Lakers were in the midst of missing the playoffs for 6 straight years. Jeannie Buss's brothers were trying to get her ousted. Now she's gone from being worth 9 figures on paper to being 9 figures in the bank. She's ousted everybody in her family, and she's held on to power, which is remarkable. We've never seen anybody be able to do that, and she'll have power through retirement age. LeBron has won another championship in L.A., raised his family, and is building one of the most grand estates in all of Southern California, and he is happy. Do they all wish they had more banners? Yes. Well, LeBron and I wish we were playing Augusta this morning, but that's not going to happen. And if anything, this story, which is fascinating because the palace intrigue of the Buss family is like a royal family of American sport, and I loved every single detail. But this actually, behind the scenes, from what I understand, is having LeBron and the Buss and Jeannie Buss and Rich Paul actually come together and sort of clear any scar tissue that exists.
So let's look at the LeBron situation here. Again, I keep mentioning we're 2 weeks away from the trade deadline. He's 41 years old. He's still playing at a very high level. The Lakers got off to a very good start this season. They have tailed off a little bit as we showed the highlights earlier this morning. But still, I think a team with a chance to do something this year. So what does LeBron's future look like right now, short term and long term?
Yeah, he's actually just got 3 options, and it's kind of a simple 3 options. The choice will be complex, but simple. He can either remain with the Lakers. He's not getting traded, okay? He's got a no-trade clause. He's not getting traded. He can either remain with the Lakers at a pay cut, okay? He can go to another team, which would be fascinating, and we would fill the summer with that, or he can retire. The entire league knows these 3 options. Coming back for the Lakers at this salary is not an option. Not because he's diminished greatly as a player, but because the Lakers have to retrofit their spending around Luka Doncic. You do not need to be Red Auerbach to know that. This is simple, basic analysis. Everybody knows it. And I think there is a reasonable chance, 33-ish%, that LeBron comes back to the Lakers on a reduced contract and they build around Luka Doncic. This is not a championship team. I'm not sure they can be a championship team next year. 2 years from now, that's possible. Could LeBron be in the NBA 2 years from now? It's possible. But I don't think that there's a lot of stress about it. I think everybody understands the situation and the challenges. And there's new owners with the Lakers. They may end up making a lot of changes. LeBron's role in the team may just be one of them.
Yeah, Mark Walter, the new owner there, who owns the Dodgers, and obviously we've seen what he's done with that franchise. Quickly, and we'll have some more time in our second hour to dive more deeply into this. But with the trade deadline approaching, all of the conversation surrounding Giannis Antetokounmpo, for people who aren't following it, what do they need to know?
Giannis is the trade deadline. There is really not a lot of other players out there that can move the needle. There is very small to no market for Ja Morant or Anthony Davis. The entire league is watching Giannis. If Giannis ends up coming to market, yes, you would have a handful of teams making offers. But I think if he were to be traded, it would affect 3, 4, 5 teams because there would be ancillary trades. All of these front offices that I'm talking to are sitting on the sideline watching it. If it goes forward in the next 2 weeks, you will see a flurry of activity and potentially a changing of balance of power in the league. If it does not happen, I think some of it or a lot of it gets put off to the summer when I think Giannis will have to deal with the situation again.
And so quickly, for the fans who aren't following it closely, what would be some of the usual suspects here? If Giannis does wind up getting traded, what are the handful of teams that might be in contention there?
Well, Giannis has 1 year left on his contract, so he would have the ability to help control where he would go. And so you bring in major markets and teams where he would have interest in being. The New York Knicks and the Bucks had brief conversations last summer. They would be near the top of the list. I also think the Miami Heat would be in there. But watch out for the Golden State Warriors, who after the Jimmy Butler injury earlier this week have a whole new set of circumstances. And frankly, it's not out of the realm of possibility they could put Butler in a trade, as hard as that would be to do.
Wanna try to boast at what I look like. Keep them going, try to wear, I pull up long range. Jimmy with the heat, I'm on fire. It's NBA, I'm a